So I think that we're ready to start. We have enough participants and more are coming. Please use our pool to get to know about your feelings and your thoughts during our event. Good morning. I would like to say good morning to all speakers and participants and warmly to welcome you all. My name is Anna Najdenova and I'm Executive Director of Bulgarian ICT Cluster. It is my pleasure to host on behalf of ICT Cluster our regional event in the framework of European Union Industry Days. ICT Cluster is proud to co-organize this event and warmly thank you to our partners from I4MS for this cooperation opportunity and help and to invite interesting speakers and to include leading European policy topics. This year, the edition of European Union Industry Days is focused on opportunities towards greener, more digital SMEs, both technology providers and manufacturing companies to explore the exciting opportunities for cooperation and digitalization under innovation actions of Horizon 2020. And we will have the pleasure to hear about transformation to the factories of the future and the support for upskilling changes that are facing manufacturing companies. The event is very important for our region, actually, and for our companies in order to increase their participation and visibility in European collaboration innovation opportunities, and to be powered with information and innovation on innovation and technology trends. ICT Cluster team is a local contact point for I4MS, and our team will support you technically and will facilitate the communication among the speakers and participants during the event. Good luck. I hope that you will find interesting opportunities today. I'm giving the floor to Maria Roca
Thank you,
from I4MS.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you all for being here today. It's a pity that we cannot meet in person, but yeah, we need to adapt ourselves. It will have been great to drink a coffee together with you after the event, but let's see if we can take the most out of this event and you can really take flavor or grasp what are the opportunities for the SMEs on the way to take advantage of advanced manufacturing technologies. We have experts from different European projects and from different initiatives this morning. As you know, the European Commission is betting a lot on this digital transformation, and if we want to boost the European competitiveness, we really need our SMEs to take advantage of all the opportunities that are there, especially regarding the digital technologies. We know it's not easy, especially on this pandemic situation, but we really hope that with this event you can get knowledge on funding opportunities, also experts that are available in projects such as advanced manufacturing technologies, that is Paul Peters today leading it, and you know, also other projects that they already are towards the end, but they have created platforms with tools for SMEs to take advantage of the work that they have been doing in the last 3 years. So it's very innovative technologies that are at your disposal. So we really will like that this event serves you to, you know, to take all these opportunities. So with that, I will end my introduction, and please, Anna, the floor is yours. Back to you.
Thank you. Can we see the presentation? I will just introduce briefly our regional companies to the newest initiative we are holding now.
Just a second.
Okay. The slides, Todor. You will help me, right?
Yeah. Yes,
okay.
Of course.
So, please, the first slide. The first
This
one. Yes. Okay. Bulgarian ICT Cluster, together with 10 organizations, 10 innovation organizations from Southeast region, have founded at the end of 2020 the Digital Innovation Hub for Data Science, HPC, and Artificial Intelligence. What we are doing right now, we are who we are. At first, we are ICT Cluster, Sofia Tech Park, the laboratory complex of Sofia Tech Park that have a very large laboratory complex and infrastructure for testing. Sofia Municipality, NEVEC Fund. Also, we have Institute for Mechatronics and Center of Excellence, Cleantech Bulgaria, and Digitech 4.0, and of course, Technical University, presented by GATE project. Successor of, actually, the idea came before 3 years ago, when we started to work under the umbrella of Bulgarian Technology and Innovation Hub, Digitech 4.0. And now all actions we learned, we will develop and continue our experience under the umbrella of the new organization. What we are aiming to achieve together is the region of Bulgaria. We also will organize the initiatives for exchanging experience with European digital innovation hubs. We are part of several networks of digital innovation hubs already. I will show you later. We will conduct, we now conducting, and we will conduct projects related to support of the application of digital transformation in SMEs, and we have several successful also experimentations so far under different projects, and during the day, the event today, you will hear about more options that we are also involved. We are support also the upgrade of skills and human capital in the manufacturing and technology companies and in public companies. Next slide, please, Todor. Todor? Okay, what we are covering? We are covering data science, high performance computing, and artificial intelligence domains. And we are focusing on two main areas. Manufacturing companies, mainly small and medium-sized enterprises, and also on development of urban environment and especially mobility in the big cities. And our horizontal objective is to apply the Green Deal objectives in order to be more green and more circular. Next slide. So, in which networks we are, I'm sorry. Please challenge this, Todor. I'm sorry, but what challenges we have identified during our previous work? We provide, we have several analyses, and also we have several analyses about the digitalization and digital transformation processes in Bulgaria. So the challenges we identified were that Bulgaria and the region is significantly lagging behind in adopting digital technologies. Also, the awareness among manufacturing companies and also public companies and public institutions related to the digital transformation is very low. Actually, the digital transformation process is not very well perceived. And sometimes small and medium-sized companies do not have all information about the added value of the technologies they could transform, technologies that they could transform their business processes and optimize their performance, of course, new products and internationalization. The other very important challenge that we identified is a lack of skills and competencies especially in the manufacturing companies. So we are also targeting this challenge, and during the day you will hear about initiatives and opportunities for developing digital skills and competencies. Lack of financing is also a big problem in the region, and I could say in Bulgaria. Companies are not aware how to go and how to innovate business processes and innovation processes and management is not very well known in Bulgaria. The available before invest. Also, there is a problem with communication and also matchmaking among traditional sectors, manufacturing sectors and technology sectors. And in terms of open data management, support, services, infrastructure, also Sofia region as the most developing region has low level maturity. Next slide. Okay, what we will do? We are going to have series of different awareness raising events during next 4 to 7 years. We are planning for a promotion of added value of digital transformation, circular economy, and low carbon economy. SMEs, public enterprises, and institutions will have the opportunity to participate in different events, roundtables, open innovation events, conferences, and also to use the infrastructure and expertise that we have in our laboratories and universities. We will have opportunity to provide to companies advanced manufacturing assessment, transformation plans, development and implementation plans to become factories of the future. We will identify needs for skill development, and we will organize the different training events. Regarding the financial support, we have several funds, early stage funds that could help companies and especially startups to develop new products and services. Our network. Okay. We have started our experience in digital transformation long time ago as ICT Cluster from the beginning is promoting the ICT application in different industries of Bulgaria. But with the transformation technologies, we started during 2017. We were involved in Interact project Smart Factory Hub when we match manufacturing and technology providers. We have several analysis of the Danube region. We established a very wide network of partners and including technology providers and manufacturing SMEs. Now we are part of the BOWI project and BOWI DIG network, and you will hear about this later today. And we are also involved in other two networks, Better Factory project that now is providing opportunity to artists, manufacturing companies and technology providers, and also UFO project developed a cluster management, developed a cluster network for small flying objects. Also, we are part of DIG World project that also will present you later the opportunity for SMEs. We are part of several big networks of organizations dealing with technology development, regional development, and SMEs collaboration. The first one that we are also established and we have a leading role is 3B ICT, Balkan, Black Sea, and Baltic ICT networks. We are part of Digital SME Alliance, the voice of SMEs in Europe. As I said, we are contact point of I4MS network, and we was supported, and we are part of the smart factories in the new member states. This project was very helpful for us to develop our management plan for the development of our European Digital Innovation Hub. As we are involved and we are specialized in artificial intelligence technologies, and we will provide expertise to companies on the basis of artificial intelligence technologies. We are part of ESCO DIGNet. And we are very proud to be a supporting organization of ADMA network. We are promoting very hard this analysis of companies to go to the factories of the future. And our partner, Sofia Tech Park, is also part of International Association of Science Park and Areas and Innovations. So this wide network of partners and projects will help us to develop further and to be more useful for our companies to perform better digital transformation in our regions and to be more successful and competitive. If there are some questions after the meeting, or if you need help to contact to some of these organizations, we are at your disposal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anna. So I guess now is my turn introducing I4MS. So
yes, Maria.
Yes, thank you. So well, in the meantime, while I'm getting access to move my slides, I just wanted to let you know that I4MS is an umbrella initiative that is funded by the European Commission since 2013. Okay, so I have now rights.
Maria, should we start the poll first?
Yes, so we wanted to do a bit of interaction since we are not able to meet in person. Yeah. So while I'm presenting the first part on the European initiative, I would like you to fill in a poll that Todor has launched, because based on this, I can also adapt or try to give more information on different aspects of I4MS. So if you can please, take a look at the poll and answer the questions. And in the meantime, I will introduce I4MS, and then I will go back to your results, to the results of the poll. Okay, so let me see. So as I was saying, this European initiative started in 2013. So it means that it's a long-lasting initiative promoted by the European Commission. Our main goal is to promote the uptake of digital technologies by manufacturing SMEs. Okay, this is the main goal of I4MS. We are not targeting other types of SMEs, but we are looking for end users and, of course, in some projects, technology providers, independent software vendors that can help those manufacturing SMEs in taking advantages of digital technologies. And how we do this? As you can see, we are now in the fourth phase. Okay, there are still projects running in phase 3. And today you will see also one example. What are the results of these projects and how you can benefit from it? And we are starting now with the fourth phase, where there are 8 different projects that are offering cascading funds. So it means small grants to the SMEs to test the digital innovation. And how we do this? From one side, those initiatives promote the knowledge exchange. Those initiatives, I mean the different projects within I4MS, promote the knowledge exchange because they create networks of experts with high-tech leading institutions and RTOs in Europe. Also encourage cross-border cooperation, because most of these small projects that can be carried out with these funds are done in small consortiums with other SMEs that are not located in the same territories. And as I was saying, the access to funding opportunities, that is one of the core topics of today. Okay. So I will stop the poll and I will just read out, I'm sharing the results with you. So you said that, well, 30% of the persons are not familiar with Cascade Funds, so I will just briefly introduce this concept. So the European Commission, as you know, has this, well, now the new programming period is called Horizon Europe, where there are grants delivered to SMEs, RTOs, and so on. But it's true that these type of grants are very competitive, and sometimes it's difficult for SMEs to participate, and without experience, sometimes is a challenge. So that's why they created this concept of Cascade Funds. There are very small grants, well, very small. Let's say that we are talking in Horizon Europe of millions of euros, but in the case of Cascade Fund, we can talk about 200K of euros. So it means an amount that is accessible and manageable for the SMEs. And this is these funds are not delivered by the European Commission. So there are projects as the one that you will see today that are delivering these small grants to the SMEs with a clear advantage that, first of all, you don't have this administrative burden or red tape that usually in the European projects you have, where you have a lot of reporting periods, a lot of financial reports to fill in. In this case, is easier, because usually are amounts that are given as a lump sum. So it means that you need to follow your national rules, your internal rules for financial reporting, but you won't need to collect the invoices to do a financial report. What it will be important is that you deliver in a small project that you have developed, that you are able to deliver what you wrote in the proposal. And also the proposals are usually a maximum of 10 pages. And also one clear advantage is that organizations as ICT Cluster Bulgaria can help you in writing this application. Okay, so this is more or less the concept of Cascade Funds. At the end, it is a mechanism to allow that European funding arrives to the SMEs. As you know, the SMEs in Europe are key for the competitiveness of the economy. And that's why they created this mechanism to make sure that they are also benefiting from this. So I see that a lot of participants today have participated in European projects, which is super good. I'm happy to see that you are very active. And we have mainly technology providers today with a 35% of participants, also manufacturing companies. So this is a call for the manufacturing companies today. This is for you. I4MS is for you. Of course, you need to team up with technology providers and also with the regional players, as I was saying, all the DIH that are present in all regions in Europe. Yeah, for sure, get in contact with them to take profit of these opportunities. And last option was you are here today because you are interested in networking opportunities. So I'm happy to hear this, because I will be presenting in I4MS a tool that might be of interest for all of you. Okay, so after this, thank you all for participating. I will continue with my presentation. So as I was saying, I4MS is currently in this phase supporting these 4 technology areas that you can see in the screen. There are digital twins, cognitive autonomous system and human-robot interaction, innovative artificial intelligence, and laser-based additive manufacturing. You can see also DIH World. They are an initiative, a project that is promoting the uptake of digital technology, especially in regions where the digital innovation are not so extended. So this is why they have a key role within I4MS, because they are trying, to make that all the technology, the I4MS technologies really reach all regions in Europe. Okay. So below each technology area, you can see the projects that are supporting those technologies. Some of them are present to date and will be sharing with you their opportunities. So for the SMEs, in the case of I4MS, well, you are interested in networking opportunities, I really invite you to join I4MS community. There is a place, is a networking platform where you can also see interesting content related to the different technologies supported by I4MS. Also, you can get in contact with the key initiatives that are part of I4MS, and also the different projects that are within our initiatives. Also, as I said, then you will be able, because in the community we post a lot of information regarding funding opportunities, also other opportunities of other European projects as well. And of course, if you apply for funding and you are successful, you will then be able to receive the services of the different projects. Okay. Also, during the project, what is important to say, as I said, there are small application experiments where you will collaborate together with the projects, together with other technology providers or other stakeholders, for you to see if these technologies are really what you need, how they can benefit. And of course, you will have behind you a team of experts that will be supporting throughout this period. And last but not least, in the case of I4MS, we as an initiative supporting all these 8 different projects, we also will help you to get visibility and media exposure. We have different tools in order to make visible the work that the SMEs are doing. And here you have a calendar of open calls. You can also find it in our website. Okay, in the website, we are updating it every week, more or less. But you can see here more or less how is the calendar of open call distributed. Okay. So today we have a lot of the projects here, so you will be able to know more about them. And also, since also there are participants today that are not SMEs, that are European projects representatives and regional stakeholders, I really would like to invite you to participate to the actions that we are driving forward in I4MS. We have 2 different working groups, one on best practices, another one on upskilling challenge that today Marta is with us. She will be also explaining what we are doing in the area of digital skills, because again, funding is important, expertise is important, the technologies are important, but it's important to train your workforce to be able to take really profit of it, so this is an important part of the digital transformation. So in case you are interested to learn or to contribute, feel free to participate, to join our working groups. Okay, we have in the website a link called join, where you will see all the initiatives. And also, as Anna was mentioning, this I4MS contact point network. At the end, in order to connect with the SMEs, we need the DIAGs, we need the clusters, we need the chambers of commerce, the enterprise Euro network to really connect us with the SMEs, because sometimes we are very far away of the reality of the SMEs, especially now in the pandemic, then I cannot go to the SMEs to visit them and explain how they can benefit from I4MS. So if you are supporting SMEs in one way or another, and you would like to make them aware of what is cooking European Union things to make them, benefit from all these opportunities, contact us, okay? Also, we have this catalog of training that Marta will explain later. And as I was saying, the I4MS online community, okay? I have added a screenshot for you to see. Oops, sorry. You can see here that is a platform where you will be able also to meet other members and know more in deep how these technologies can help you. And just to finalize, just to let you know at the end, I4MS is a huge initiative in the sense that we move from providing business services to promoting best practices. So we have a full range of activities that goes from supporting the SMEs to supporting other stakeholders that can really benefit or can make the SMEs benefit from these opportunities. And that's all from my side. I leave you here the link of the community, so feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. I'm taking the role as a moderator of the event. So I would like to give the floor to Marta Portales, manager of the European Project Department of Mobile World Capital, that is going to introduce you to the upskilling challenges. Marta, please give the take the floor.
Now, sorry, because my voice was not working. So now I can do it. Okay, so I'm Marta Portales Oliva. I'm from the Mobile World Capital Foundation. We are one of the partners of I4MS, and I'm going to present today what we are doing in the field of the digital skills in the manufacturing sector. So if we go to the next slide, we can, sorry, now, perfect. So we can see that in the last 10 years, the digital talent growth in Europe has been increasing. It has been very focused in UK and Germany, where the group of the 36% of the digital talent professionals are placed in these two countries. If we see the gender gap, we can see that there's still a lot to do in this sense. So this is also one of the things that we have detected, not only in the data gathered by the Digital Talent Overview, but also Eurostat has very interesting graphs in regards to this. And we have seen another of the gaps, that there's an offer and demand gap. So in I4MS, we are going to analyze specifically this. I'm going to tell you later how we will be doing it. So when we were doing in the EDI conference from the Digital Innovation Hubs, some poll questions like the ones we are doing right now to you, we can see that there's an obstacle in the upskilling of workers and citizens. Most of them say that it's time, than that it's preceded by cost and by the low offer. So the low offer is one of the things that I4MS is tackling with the training catalog. It's a tool that we have created specifically for the manufacturing sector that we will present later. In regards to the offer and demand gap that I was telling you about, the most urgent challenge that the attendants of this conference selected was the upskilling of workers. The reskilling of citizens, they don't see it as a big challenge, although for the city of Barcelona, for example, this is the priority, because the market has certain needs in regards to digital skills, also in regards to the manufacturing sector, that is not completed by the skills that citizens have right now. So some job postings are not even filled. Then in regards to the biggest challenges that SMEs face when adopting new tech, one of the most voted ones is the lack of skills and knowledge. One could think that it could be the cost and financing, but apparently this is not the challenge that has been. So the lack of skills is very important. So that's why there are certain initiatives like the Job and Skills Coalition from the European Commission and also the I4MS training catalog that it's trying to tackle specifically this part. And in regards to the primarily gap, so what would be the priority? We can see that the offer and demand gap would be the most important one, and the gender gap, the second most important one. What has been done in I4MS? So as you know, the Digital Europe program tackles 4 important parts: the testing of technologies before investing in them, the support to find investments, the networking in the innovation ecosystem, and the 4th part is the skills and trainings, and that's where I4MS comes into play. because we have created a training catalog that is focused on manufacturing sector primarily about advanced digital skills. So it can vary from modeling and simulation of CAD systems to other types of skills that could be more advanced, like robotics. We have a total of 154 trainings, and 20 countries have contributed. So any of you in the audience, if you're a digital innovation hub offering training, it doesn't matter if it's paid or free, and you would like to be showcased, one of the things we do is that you can apply. I will leave afterwards in the chat the link to publish your trainings. And what we do is also we do a communicative action behind this. So if we see the numbers, the training catalog for advanced digital skills, the most common courses are focused on data analytics, followed by IoT and AI, which have been fields of expertise that are very, very popular these last years. Now we have seen a shift to cybersecurity and also to other, like laser cutting or laser technologies for additive manufacturing and 3D printing too. In regards to the popularity, so 33 trainings are from Portugal, followed by Spain, France, and Italy. And these are the most popular countries. So we would like also in this sense to focus on countries that are underrepresented in Horizon 2020. So we will shift focus towards some countries like Hungary, Bulgaria, and we would like to get to know better and support better exactly what is being implemented in regards to digital transformation and SME. So that's why spaces like this one are very important for us in order to map and support you in the efforts your countries are doing. Then if we check what from these 154 trainings, what the focus is, so we were expecting this, but there's a high part of the trainings that are intermediate level. The highly specialized ones are focused more on AI and robotics, and the advanced ones too. In regards to the sectors, the most popular ones are the automotive, followed by ICT, so anything that it's regarding software, embedded software, or different types of software. R&D, so research and development, energy, agriculture, aerospace, construction, education, and at the end, chemical and defense. So these are the manufacturing sectors that are more popular in these trainings. And now I would like to introduce you as a novelty, a tool that we will be launching soon. So follow our channels to be aware of it, because it's going to be a brokering system that will help match different innovation actions with SMEs and also digital innovation hubs with SMEs. So the manufacturing SMEs can request help, mainly the indicators that will allow us to make this matchmaking the best possible is the technology and the sector, followed by the specific needs following the indicators of the Digital Europe program, the test before invest. So if the SME is in need of testing a technology, if the SME needs training, and then if the SME needs support for investment or to gather contacts of the ecosystem. And we will try to help out this SME and pair them with a digital innovation hub or an innovation action in our system. So in this case, the digital innovation hubs that are present here, it would be good if you could fill in the contact point survey, because like that you will be able to be paired. And in regards to the SMEs, keep update. You will be kept updated through our communication channels. But if you enter the community of I4MS, you will be one of the first one of knowing about this tool that we have been creating. How does this brokering system work? So we are going to use the spider graph in order to represent the needs. On one side, we have the profile of the manufacturing SMEs, and on the right side, in this case, the yellow part, it would be the profile of the innovation action. This helps us model what one is offering and what the other is requesting. So in this sense, we can establish the market needs and the offers and see how this gap can be closed, the ones that I was one of the ones that I was presenting before. And last but not least, Maria already introduced you a little bit, but I would like to invite you to the different working groups that we have. We have the next one next week on Wednesday is going to be focused on digital skills. So we will discuss about this market gap, also about indicators, how we can assess the digital skills of the workers in an SME. So this is something we want to tackle. One of the objectives is to establish recommendations for the European Commission and also underline best practices. So if you have a best practice in regards to the digital skills and you would like to participate, I will leave you in the chat my contact details and we will make sure that you get invited. So this is what I was telling you. We have two working groups. One that it's the one that it's next week is focused on the upskilling challenges and mainly digital skills. The other one is about best practices. So anything that has to do with testing of technologies that can be a model to follow and to be scaled in a European-wide area. This would be what we are trying to do. At the end, we will have a report with the recommendations and best practices. So save the date. In our channels, you can check our next meeting. It will be quite interesting because on the first part, we have the presentation of different initiatives, but afterwards we will have a debate and everyone will be able to talk and discuss through an interactive activity that we have designed through Mural, which is an online platform. Okay, and that's it. Thank you so much. I will leave you in the comments area some links for you to follow. And now we are launching some questions. They are the same ones that we did in the EDI conference, and we will do an infographic with the outcomes of what the spectators are going to answer. So the first question would be, what is the main obstacle when upskilling workers in manufacturing SMEs? The low offer, the time, or the cost? The second question would be, what is the biggest challenges SMEs face when adopting new tech? If it's the cost of financing, the lack of skills, the access to tech, or the support of the ecosystem. So the question number 2 are the main variables that we are analyzing and that will be reporting afterwards in I4MS through this report that we are doing. Because they are the 4 pillars of the Digital Europe program, and we think it's very interesting to see what the SMEs think about this and what the digital innovation hubs and our innovation actions are offering. Yes, exactly. The brokering tool, we don't have it yet ready. It will be though published very soon. So if you follow our channels of I4MS, you will be able to find out about it because we will do a launch. And but I will leave my email. So any question you have, any request, or if you want to schedule a meeting in order to know more about I4MS, then we are here to support you. Yes. Good, good. So I see that the main obstacle you see is the cost. This is interesting because the audience today is different than the one we did during the EDI conference. For the digital innovation hubs, the challenge was the low offer. And now we have, in regards to the challenges SMEs face when adopting new tech is the same. So lack of skill and knowledge has been also detected by the digital innovation hubs as the biggest challenge. And that's why our work has a sense, I have to say, because the efforts being put in the training catalog are at sea, we can see that they have a meaning to it. So that we are filling a gap that we have seen in the manufacturing sectors that can be tackled. Okay, so thank you so much for listening. If there are more questions.
Thank you, Marta.
Thank you.
Very interesting presentation. I hope our participant today will use the opportunity provided by the brokerage system and working groups on digital skills. For any questions that you have to Marta, you also can use the Q&A session. Now I would like to give the floor to Mr. Paul Peters, coming from Bulgaria, who is going to present you the ADMA Europe network and opportunities for manufacturing SMEs. Paul and Agoria helped us very much and supported us to introduce the ADMA methodology to Bulgarian companies. Paul, the floor is yours. Mm-hmm. Paul, do you hear us? Maybe he lost connection because I saw him before a while. We can have just a second to check.
He's muted and can turn it off. I think he need it, Paul. If you get back to not having the control remote, you can activate your mic. It happened to me also.
Okay, now it's better. Yeah, thanks for the tip. You hear me now, eh?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, and I was requesting control, and that I shouldn't have done because then I lost the ability to to get my speech back. So I'm now requesting remote control, and I hope you still hear me. Yes.
You should have remote control.
Okay. Perfect. So I should be able to now go through the slides. There is one of I4MS on it. Yep, that's the one. Okay. And where can I push the button? Because I don't see any button here where I can push the slide. Okay, yeah, there it is. I think I can. Please, sorry for this interruption. Maybe a bit of background about myself and the project ATMA. I will explain more in detail in a minute, very shortly. But the origin of the project is from Belgium. I'm working for Agoria, the Belgian Technology Federation. We have 2,000 members in the manufacturing area and also in the solution providing area, especially also digital solution providers. And in 2012, we already worked along the lines of the Made Different program in Belgium. It was created by Agoria and Ciris, our technology partner in Belgium. And in the meantime, more than 42 Belgian organizations have joined the program. And we define this program as a program helping SMEs to arrive at this factory of the future status. Not everybody should be able to do that maybe, but at least they could pick some items of this factory, some characteristics of this factory of the future. So we have on the input side left the input materials, the world-class material and energy consumption, which we see very important, and also the circular economy ideas, which should be on top of mind of a factory of the future. At the bottom, of course, there is machinery which can do a lot for the company. It should not always be the best machines or the latest machines, but the possibilities of the machines should be exploited to the maximum extent, we could say. And also on the bottom, production systems should be made versatile as much as possible. At the end, able to produce lot size 1 That's the ultimate goal. On the output side, on the right side of the factory, there is a trend towards more personalized products, personalized services added to the production with high added value products. And global markets for many companies today are the ambition. And on top, it's not a coincidence, it's on top, there is the human, the person in this factory, working in this factory. We strongly believe that factories of the future are factories with people and not without people and only robots. And we see people in the factory play the key role even in the transformation process towards this goal. We have a yearly process of awarding companies for their efforts, and I think also as Anna told, there is a good ambition for the DIH in Southeast Bulgaria. A lot of actions I have seen, Anna. One thing I didn't see, it might be an idea, is that you start also maybe at a certain point in time this kind of award thing. It's very important to do sensibilization, to give the good companies a floor, to expose themselves and to inspire others. That's what we have seen. And within our current ATMA project, Poland, Lithuania, France, and Italy are planning such kind of award events. And our firm idea is to be able to kind of create a European Factory of the Future award system. So that's the thing we're working upon. We're talking breakthroughs. So in that sense, we are not going for, in this program of ATMA, for 5% better. So in that sense, we clearly would like to engage companies who have seen the opportunities, who don't know yet maybe how to tackle them, but really who are quite ambitious. A few of the breakthroughs Belgian companies have achieved the past few years in this Made Different program. One company was, for instance, able to integrate 5 different production steps into one machine. So before they had 5 machines, now they have only 1 machine doing everything instead of 5. Another company moved from bringing to market not 100, but even 200. So they started at 100, they doubled it, the number of new products to market, with a first pass yield of 95% plus. And this at the start of the project was around 70%. So in that sense, that is breakthrough thinking, which we really would like companies to do, to be ambitious. For instance, the last example, companies who are able to, and one company specifically was able to reduce in a period of only 2 years, their production throughput time from 7 down to 3 days. This is the kind of philosophy, the flavor we would like to put on the program. We would like to engage companies around. Yeah. I'm trying to go to the next slide by just clicking, but that's not working. Maybe I could be assisted here. Just go one further. In the meantime, I will already tell what's on there. It's a bit what Anna said, the main challenges, you know, for people to start thinking and believing in these kind of breakthrough steps, which are quite similar to what has been said in the beginning of this session. Anna told us about the reluctance to change. Clearly, we have seen the same when asking European SMEs why they are not doing it already. And also the skills and competences. That was our second one, which we also have seen as one key item. Another one was a kind of entering the digital era. It's a factor which many companies have said. So entering the digital era is for many companies an issue. Things which have been mentioned in our inquiry were the real-time information on the shop floor. So machines being able to produce real-time data and show them on the shop floor. And the second one was the strategy. Develop a clear digital strategy, where we have always stated, and we will keep doing this, that digital strategy is let's say, not the ultimate strategy of the company. That should be business focused, of course, the strategy. The digital strategy is an enabler to realize the company's objectives, which might be very different for every company. So these are the kind of future challenges, and we are quite well in line with what was shown this morning by Anna in the in the overview. For that, we have created 7 transformation areas, which we believe are crucial to work upon. They are, we call them holistic, so they kind of interact with each other, and they cover the whole activity area of a manufacturing SME. That is important to notice. So they cover everything which an SME should be covering when starting the journey towards factory of the future. If we could go one step up, these are the challenges we just set, and these are these 7 transformation areas. And we have developed a process which enables the SME to select the most relevant, the most ambitious, the most interesting topics within these transformations for its own purpose, because we believe clearly that any support which is being given should be tailored to the largest extent possible to the specific needs of every manufacturing SME. And we have here the 7 transformations with the key topics inside these transformation areas. Digital factory, of course, is one of the transformations, but also the human-centered organization, as you can see, where it's about the individual employee, it's about the team within which the employee works, it's about the leadership of the company, it's about the organizational setup of the company. So there are different topics behind every transformation area. We have, of course, the eco factory. Europe pushes it very hard in the Green Deal, and we are fully in line with that. Not only resource management, which is for a factory key, but also the compliance and innovation aspects of the eco factory, which should be dealt with to the largest extent possible. So it's an option which a company can choose from. And at the end, of course, the award which we give is for those companies who have really worked on all 7 transformations and who have really stepped up maturity-wise in all these transformation areas. So how does it go? The process is as such. We start with this scan. These are 51 questions on these 7 transformation areas, where the company can really see and discover which are areas where they lag behind in maturity, which are areas where they are already good. And so it points out the priorities for the company. And out of these priorities, we then, in a second step, write a transformation plan where the priorities are highlighted and discussed together with the companies, and where some first links to best practices, to organizations which can be of help, are being mentioned. That's the input for the last phase, where we actually make a choice on 1-2 transformations to work upon, and we start involving experts, which together with the company will help making this plan bringing it into implementation. Really looking for alternatives which can be done, looking for a way, again, SME focused, how to rate these different alternatives with respect to risk, economic viability, technical feasibility, and at the end, writing it all down in this implementation plan. And you have seen Anna explaining in one of the objectives of the Digital Innovation Hub that this process is also incorporated there. So I'm very happy to see that you're keeping the pressure on, and you want even more companies to follow this schedule. So this is roughly the way we are handling the project. At this moment, this is a pilot project for the European Commission, DG GROW. We're doing it with 15 partners, but more importantly, we're doing it with 129 supporting organizations. Yeah, and these supporting organizations can be found in different places in Europe. Bulgaria is well represented, amongst others, by the ICT Cluster. And we were very happy that we could award the ICT Cluster Q2 last year with the Best Supporting Organization Award. The reason being that you have actively incorporated the methodology quite well, and we have, especially with respect to the manufacturing SMEs, we have approached a few different SMEs with this methodology, making for them a transformation plan and bringing them a step further. So very happy to see this happening, and we will further work on this route. In the meantime, around 330 SMEs across Europe have filled out the scan online. And when you would go to atma.ec, there is the opportunity to go to the scan. There is a short version. This is really an appetizer to see what it is. A long version will be accessible afterwards, so with all the questions related. But already 330 SMEs took the scan, and what we can see is that 3 transformations really stand out when you see where they need help. First, it's digital factory. No surprise, and therefore very much suited with the topic of this event. Secondly, it's advanced manufacturing technologies, and especially, you know, acquiring knowledge about how exactly to implement the new technologies, how to educate the operators for the new technologies. And thirdly, third priority area is human-centered organization. How to get people in this engagement mode to adopt these new technologies, to follow the innovation trend of the company. So that is the result of this session, or of this action on the scans. The companies we are now helping, we are now at 70 plus companies in our pilot, which we have helped with the whole process. It's very well distributed between the different SME sizes. As you can see, there are very small companies, 1 to 25 persons, and there are mid-sized SMEs, so it's a very nice mixture. It proves that the methodology is addressing and capable of attracting SMEs from different sizes, let's say, and of course also in different countries, which is very important. Therefore, we also have, together with our partners and supporting organizations, offered the scan exercise in 11 languages. So in that sense, that is something which is very helpful for an SME to have the scan questions in their own language, and to really be able to assess its maturity to the best extent possible. And more are coming, of course, but that's the status right now. Looking back at what we have been doing, the project is ending in June, but we can already draw some main conclusions. Now, we have seen 5 areas where SMEs really ask support. Some very practical, like monitoring the production quality in real time. Very practical one, but it came back many times from many companies. Integrating manufacturing processes digitally. That's the second one. 2 others are on people, enhance people's involvement in innovation, and transparent communication is a challenge for many companies to get to that point. And then it's a skills training. We have just seen Marta explaining it on the skills training, and that is very much suited and linked with this kind of challenge. Last but not least, the planning accuracy and delivery reliability. Customers want products ever faster. They want their customized products. It's a challenge for many companies to plan that correctly, to deliver in the right way, and that will stay for the coming few years. Definitely a challenge, and I think some specific programs could be tuned to that challenge also. Looking ahead of us, as said, the project ends in June. There was a new call for the successor, so we have been able to do the pilot, but it will be rolled out throughout Europe. Commission has decided upon that last year, and we have filed an ATMA Plus proposal January 28th for the new project, which will keep working on the openness of our initiative. As said, we are a small consortium, but we rely on a lot of supporting organizations or service providers, you might call them also. We will stick to the holistic methodology with the 7 transformation areas, but a very important addition the Commission has asked the participants to file is the skill and training dimension. In our current pilot, there is no skill and training dimension. It will be there in the new ATMA Plus proposal, and it will, of course, third point, stay a very much SME-oriented process, following the same steps as we are doing right now. Scan in transformation and implementation planning, I just explained to you. And there will be a voucher system issued to 4 million euro will be available for SMEs to apply for the support, not only in coaching, but also in skill development and training. So in that sense, it's also a nice addition to what already Maria in I4MS has explained. How will it look like? We will have the assistance framework of ATMA as part of the ATMA Plus methodology. And next to that, there is this new training program framework. And I was very much inspired by the catalog we just saw within the IMS community. So definitely we will build also on that and see how we can add to that. It will be an open network with service providers, a lot of them. We hope that all of you could be promoting that and also playing a role there. In the role of advisor, a person or an organization helping people in a scan and transformation plan. A coach, which is more an expert, which can help a company implementing specific target areas with very much technical expertise. And then we have the third group of service providers, the trainers, the people who can really perform skill and training development programs. And that all should be tuned to the manufacturing SMEs, of course. So all in all, very happy that I could have shared with you this, let's say, status of ATMA. We're getting to an European, let's say, unified way of assisting SMEs, which I'm very happy that the Commission really is looking at that this way. And soon we get the news about the follow-up project, we will let you know. But anyhow, we will continue. We will continue with this approach, with this methodology, whatever it takes. So therefore, thank you very much. And I give the floor to Krasi.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. As I said, we are happy to be part of this very important, I can say, initiative. So the companies from Bulgaria that are interested to pass through this process, ICT Cluster team is here to help you or to create a contact with Agoria in behalf of Paul. Thank you very much. Now we can have a 10 minutes break, comfort break, to take a cup of coffee or something like this. So in 10 minutes time, so we can continue with the opportunities for the companies, for the manufacturing companies provided by these innovation actions, all innovation actions.
Krasi, can I just say one more thing? I forgot one.
Yes,
thing.
Of course.
I saw this slide now. Thank you for your attention. Thank you. But I would like to draw your attention on our final event, April 22nd. If you could already put it in your agenda, April 22nd, there will be a lot on social media and so on, but I give it all ready to you. A very important step to be inspired further. You will see 15 examples of companies having applied the ATMA methodology. You will have a lot of testimonials from different companies. So please subscribe. We will have subscriptions open as from mid next week onwards. You will be informed about that. I hope to see many Bulgarian cluster people, SMEs, and other participating. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will disseminate broadly to our network. So thank you.
Thank you.
So let's take a cup of coffee and come back in 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Hi to all. If you're all back, we can go with the opportunities for manufacturing SMEs and technology companies under innovation actions. I would like to give the floor to Temis Kolavas, who is going to introduce you to Kit for SME initiative and project and the opportunities for the companies provided in introducing artificial intelligence in their production systems. Temis, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Krasmira. So I'm Themis Kolivas. I'm a project manager at European Dynamics, and I will also be coordinating the open calls for our project, Kit for SME. Let me start by saying a few words about our project. Kit for SME primarily focuses on the manufacturing sector and European SMEs and mid-caps, and tries to develop and offer solutions that primarily come from the artificial intelligence, and the scope is to solve solutions for the shop floor, and but also in wider areas on the operation and the management. Our offering is a software platform and the underlying architecture, and we intend to populate also this platform with some individual software solutions from the artificial intelligence. Our open calls will come in 2 rounds. In the first round, we intend to attract technology providers, and what we intend to provide these technology providers is, of course, access to funding, to EU funding, but also the opportunity to validate their products and reach potential customers. On the other hand, on the second round of our open calls, we intend to attract SMEs from the manufacturing sector, and of course, they will also have access to funding, but also the opportunity to attract to get to meet technology providers to solve individual problems in their own manufacturing facilities. We invite solutions primarily from the broader scope of AI for quality assurance, AI for reconfiguration, and one-machine interaction. But we also invite solutions in the broader spectrum from AI for production and solutions for the factory floor. In our type B, in the second round of our open calls, we will invite pilots, which essentially are small consortia of 2 to 3 partners with at least 1 solution developer and 1 end user. Some high-level characteristics for the solutions that we intend to have in our platform are that they are self-contained software modules, and this is because we intend to integrate them in our own platform. We also hope that these solutions have a high maturity level, and this is because we want to have them tested and validated in real-life situations. But we will also value scalability in the sense that these solutions do not focus and solve problems at a narrow area of the production system, but can also address a wider area and a wider audience of end users. And also, if we can have some proof of real-life implementation, that could also be an additional bonus. So, some things to know. In our first round of open calls, individual winners will have the opportunity to receive funding for up to 100,000 euros. And this is a cap that comes from the European Union policy and funding. For the second round of open calls, its pilot will be eligible for up to 200,000 euros. We believe that our implementation phase will last approximately 10 months. And we address this call for all companies that are eligible for Horizon 2020. Again, this comes from is a policy from the European Union. Now we are in the process of finalizing some details for our open calls, and but we expect them to be open for the first round of our open calls between somewhere between May and October. And that's it from my side. Let me say I invite that you visit our website, which is kit4sme.eu, or send an email to me directly, themis.kolivas@eurodin.com. And of course, please remember to subscribe for updates to our social media accounts, which are open now for Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and ResearchGate. So thank you for listening. I hope that we will have more news for you in the upcoming months. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Themis. Companies that are interested in more information could ask questions during within the chat, and after all the presentation in the Q&A session. So yes, we will provide you also with the contact information of Themis. So if you are interested, you can continue the dialogue. Thank you very much. Now I would like to give the floor to Isabella Zarasinska, who is going to present you the Open Call under Pulsate project, which is fostering the pan-European infrastructure for empowering companies' digital competences. So Isabella, the floor is yours. I hope you have...
Yes, Krasmira is here. Thank you for the introduction. Yes. Yes, so yeah, thank you for the opportunity to present this Pulsate open call. I'm Izabela Drazinska, and I'm a senior project manager from Funding Box, and I would like to present you this unique opportunity for the innovations in laser-based advanced and additive manufacturing technologies. So, as I mentioned, well, Funding Box is managing the open calls in this project in Pulsate. And well, as you probably already know us, because we also lead the I4MS initiative, under which also the Pulsate is united. But just to let you know, we are also engaged in many other projects in robotics, next generation internet, digital innovation hubs, and artificial intelligence. And well, so we invite you also to get in touch with us for the future collaboration. And now for the Pulsate, getting to the point. So Pulsate project aims to foster or create the European network to enforce the infrastructure for SMEs digitalization within this laser-based advanced and additive manufacturing technology. We have started in September, and now well, we have launched the first open call. And the aim is, of course, as also most of these projects under I4MS initiative, to reach the SMEs that could adopt the laser-based technology within different sectors, because, well, the consortium has identified the multiple sectors where the use of this technology can really benefit them. So from aerospace, still automotive, industrial, electronics, textiles, and more. So we are not limited to that sectors, but these are those that are the priority and where we saw and the consortium saw the main potential. So the consortium is based on the strong technology competence centers, is led by Ayman, okay, from Spain. They are the coordinator, but we have the representation of the competence centers from all the Europe, from Norway up to Germany, Lithuania, UK, and also France. As I mentioned, Funding Box is leading the open call management. We have also EPIC, who are leading institutional, so in the photonics. So they help us with dissemination, and Klesko, who's responsible for the digital agora that will be created for the project. It aims to allow the Pulsate consortium to offer the services and training through the platform to SMEs that would like to adopt the technology. And for that, well, in order to gather all the network, I mean, in the parallel to creating the digital agora and the list of services, the open calls will be launched also to activate the SMEs and the network. So we'll organize 4 open calls where we'll select around 62 projects. It's not a fixed number. Around, of course, LB laser-based technology, and it's more than 4,000 million euro is dedicated to that purpose. And we have two types of the open calls, if it will allow me to. Okay, I'm sorry. Something happened to my permissions to present. Now, okay. So there are two types of the open calls. The technology transfer, which is like the biggest one, I would say, because there we are looking for the consortia. I will tell about this on the later slides, because this is the open call that is launched now. And here the goal is to make the experiment, so to technology providers together with adopters or can apply within the experiment to actually show or to boost the adoption of these technologies to the different sectors. And here the funding is quite high. It's up to 150 euro per experiment. And also the support program is long. Well, it's 1 year, which will pass through the different stages. And then we have second type of the open calls, which is called adopters, use cases. And this is for SMEs that would like to, that will approach the Pulsate consortium to actually get the expertise if the laser-based technology can be adopted into their production process. Okay, so with those, this will be a short cohort of the support program of 3 months, when consortium will support, well, the Pulsate will support those SMEs in preparing the technical and economic feasibility study, okay, for the implementation of this technology. So there will be no like very deep technical support and development. It's more focused on checking if actually this technology could be adopted in the business, and the funding is up to 25,000. So today I will focus on these technology transfer experiments, because this is the open call that we have launched. But for all the opportunities and updates, we invite you to the Pulsate Open Calls website and landing page, where we will update, we keep updated the news about the open calls. So what are the benefits of the technology transfer experiment support? So first of all, as you could see, we have 5 competence centers in the consortium, and they will provide the technical guidance through the 12 months of the support program that is created with the 3 stages. The first one focused on the technical development, so there will be more work with technical providers. But then in the stage 2, the goal is to launch a proof of concept. So that is where already the end user and the SME, the end user is working with technology provider very closely to have this proof of concept. And at the end, we make a small boost to allow this technology to be scalable and to enter to the market. On top of that, of course, the business mentoring led by Funding Box. So we'll provide you the mentoring sessions and the external mentors that will be matched according to the needs of the experiment, funding, media exposure, access to private and public investment through the network created during the project. So the benefits are quite clear. Now, who are we looking for? There are some basic criteria to remember about. So basically the experiments require the consortia. So there has to be a minimum of 2 entities, okay? And all the entities have to have SME or slightly bigger status, okay? So this is important. Then of course, European, associated and United Kingdom are allowed. And in the guide for applicants, which is the main document, you will see that there are the experimentation areas that are predefined by Pulsate. So also please make sure that when you describe your technology, that you can somehow relate to those challenges that Pulsate Consortium would like to solve through the experimentations. And of course, the TRL level, so technology readiness from 5 up to 7. Okay. So these are, well, and if you fit, then yeah, we will be glad to see your application submitted. Here, just in short, because this consortia, we receive sometimes questions. So just to make sure that on top of the legal status, which is the SME or slightly bigger, you have to identify the roles, okay, of the of the companies. So as I mentioned, the technology provider that will have this innovation, and then manufacturing company, which we also call end user or technology adopter, that will prove that this technology can work in the different sector. Okay, so of course, within the experiment, the end user is required, okay, to prove or that actually make experiment, that being the experiment. Okay. Then if you do not have a partner to apply with, we have launched the online form and also in the community. So please, if you have the idea and you don't have the partner, just reach us and we will help you. And at the end, how to apply. There is a special link that I will also share in the chat maybe later to apply for the Funding Box platform. And of course, the guides and documents are provided so you can read all the rules and our tips for the participation. The application and selection process is the standard one. So of course we'll have, well, the most important is the experts evaluation at the end. So this is also important to take into account that those experts will evaluate the 3 sections from the application form: excellence, impact, and implementation. And those, of course, the detailed description of this criteria is included in guide for applicants. And as the ending, I would like to invite you also to our series of webinars. They're usually in the local language, so it's also important that, well, it makes it easier to reach and they are prepared by the competence centers. So it is important to, well, you can also reach out to them directly. 2 of them, the German and Spanish one was already this week, but we're launching the French, the Norway. We'll be also having another event under Industry Week. So please just enter to the website if you're interested and reach us out for the webinars. And yes, I saw one question in the chat, if the cross-border character is important. No, well, of course, it's always good, but it is not a requirement. Okay, so we also accept the applications from the same country. So this is one question. I'm not sure if there are any other. Okay, so if there are no more questions, then yeah, please remember to apply by 22nd of April. And if you have any questions or doubts, you can reach us under this email address. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Isabella. Very interesting opportunity. Now, Anka Marin will introduce you to the opportunities coming from Better Factory project to artists, technology providers, and manufacturing companies. Anka, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Oh, is it still morning? I don't know. So, hi, everyone. I'm just trying to share my screen. Can I get access to screen sharing, please?
Yes, just a second. I'll make you a co-host. And stop sharing.
Okay, thank you. I think I'm good to go now. Okay, so here we are. Let's start from the beginning. So I'm with Funding Box, just as the previous speaker, Isabella. We are one of the partners, one of the 28 partners with the project Better Factory. I'm very glad to be here today. Thank you, ICT, for the invite, and hope I can provide some relevant information and some interesting opportunities for those of you attending this webinar today. So a bit about Better Factory. Better Factory is an EU initiative under the Horizon 2020 program. And through this project, what we are doing is inviting manufacturing SMEs to engage with artists and technology suppliers and be able to create, co-create, collaborate, and deliver a collaborative experiment where they would redesign the manufacturer's current product portfolio. So by participating in this collaborative experiment, the teams, which are composed of one manufacturing SMEs, one artist, and one tech provider, they can receive up to 200,000 euros equity-free funding. So at this stage, our goal is to provide the manufacturing SMEs or mid-caps with key knowledge, innovation, and tools to respond to new market demands through digitalization and product innovation. Right now, we are in a preliminary stage where we are inviting manufacturing SMEs, mid-caps, and artists and tech suppliers, to participate in an individual call. So basically, at this stage, individual applicants from one of these three categories can submit their online application and have the opportunity to become part of the future consortium who will apply for the open call and present a full proposal. What kind of applicants are eligible? Manufacturing SMEs and mid-caps. I will insist on manufacturing because the call is open and we have received already some applications, and the manufacturing part is really relevant. So it has to be a manufacturing SME. It's an SME under the definition of the European Commission for SMEs or mid-caps. And they are the ones who are interested to redesign their current portfolio and products together with product design artists and automation technology suppliers. This will enable both to redesign their current products and services and to engage in a digitalization process. The other category of individual applicants that we are looking for are the artists. Artists, they can be either individuals or legal entities, and if they have an interest to collaborate with manufacturing SMEs and mid-caps and technology suppliers, they will have the chance to redesign, to learn about the challenges the manufacturing SME has and help them redesign and co-create new products and services. And the third, but not the last eligible applicant would be the tech supplier. They also can be constituted as an SME. They need to have a legal personality and registered in EU, just as the rest of the applicants. And they have to be using advanced robotics and optimization technologies in order to help the factory take a step further towards digitalization. This is where we are right now. We are at the first individual calls for applicants from one of the three categories. And we launched this call in January on the 18th. And this call is going to be open until March 18th. So basically, through one of the application forms that you will see a bit later on our microsite, through one of these applications, SMEs or manufacturing SMEs or mid-caps, artists, and tech supplier can submit their expression of interest or application, and they have the chance to be pre-selected and validated towards the following stage of the project. So at this level, the expression of interest or the application submission is a very, very easy step. It's a very easy process where we would need some information about you in order for us to be able to contact you and to understand your needs and your proposal. After this application process, you will be contacting everyone to let them know how the results are after the pre-selections, and those validated will be invited to register on RAMP. They will receive an email and they will be invited to register on RAMP, which is a marketplace, a robotics and automation marketplace, where manufacturing SMEs and mid-caps, artists, and tech suppliers can meet, and they can contact through RAMP. And this is where we are going to do the matchmaking between the three applicants, the three individual validated applicants. So once we have constituted and once we have managed to form together a team of validated applicants made of one manufacturing SME, one artist, and one tech supplier, they will be supported and they will have the chance to present their proposal, their full proposal, in the first open call for Better Factory, which will be launched in May 2021. Now, when it comes to our offering, as I said before, individual applicants will be validated and they will have the chance to enter this team, this consortia, which will be later on applying for with a full proposal that they will have to put together and present before the Better Factory project partners, and they will have the chance to enter one of the successful consortia that will be awarded a 200,000 euros grant. And they also will, through RAMP and all the other processes and the support of all the partners from the project, they will be able to explore new markets. They will have the opportunity to test and develop new lean agile production technologies with RAMP, the marketplace I mentioned earlier. They will have access to reskill their staff, and they'll get business support and mentoring, in addition to the equity free funding of up to 200,000 euros. This 200,000 euros is per consortia, that is for the 3 members of the team that would present a proposal and would have a chance to be awarded this grant. Now we have one example. There are a lot of them out there. If you are interested, we can share more of those, of industry and artists coming together and co-creating unique products that give the factory a boost towards redesigning their product line and enter new markets. So I don't know why I can't see the slide. You will find all information regarding, sorry about that. You will find all information regarding the application process on the Better Factory microsite. And there you will be able to find the guidelines and all the relevant documents that you may need in order to apply. In addition to that, you can contact us at any time through our spaces in Better Factory in funding box, and we are always there to reply and answer any questions you may have about the project. So please remember the deadline for individual applications from manufacturing SMEs, mid-caps, artists, and tech suppliers is March 18th. And you'll be informed about the stage of the pre-selection within 2 to 3 weeks after the application process. So we hope this is something interesting for you to consider, and look forward to meeting you in spaces with questions or with to see your applications in Better Factory project. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I don't know if there are any questions right now.
Thank you very much, Anka. We can boost companies to ask questions after the end of the presentations. I would also like to remind the audience, as ICT Cluster is also part of this Better Factory project, team is here to support companies in case of they have any questions regarding the application. Now I want to give the floor to Andreas Oklenberg, who is going to present you 2 opportunities coming from cloud factoring and digital marketplace for digital engineering, and also coming from after that, coming from the DigiBrain digital twin for manufacturing. So Andreas, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you, and hello to everybody from Cloud SME. So I would now like to introduce you into the outcome of the cloud factoring project. The main outcome will be a digital workspace for engineering. But let's have a look inside. First, I would like to introduce ourselves, who we are. So, at least Cloudifactoring is a Horizon 2020 project, and we are developing the Mgora digital marketplace for digital engineering. And the main in the area what we are targeting is the provision of digital services which can be used and which can be booked through through our digital marketplace called mgora.eu, and we will provide and we will support those services with advanced cloud technologies and also direct HPC access. And at least in Cloudifactoring, we have a consortium of 33 partners and 5 DIHs involved. And we have launched in the past 2 open calls, but also 3 waves of experiments, which implemented 21 application experiments. So the project duration is already prolonged. So the project will now end of September this year. The company, Cloud SME, is a work package leader for impact and commercialization. And we are also the designated future operator of this kind of marketplace. And not forgotten to be mentioned, the project is coordinated by Fraunhofer. And what we are aiming for, for Europe's leading engineering workspace with economic opportunities for every member. What we would like to offer there are digital services to be used and licensed directly on the marketplace. Also, we do have something like a central management of accounts, rights, consumptions, and other resources. And we ensure the interoperability of services and resources. And the main thing, what we are also providing is trust, security, and privacy. So, Mgora in a nutshell. So it's let's say the default entry point to the CFG solution. And it's a thematic platform to facilitate the access to cloud and HPC-based modeling and simulation, and also artificial intelligence, machine learning, so also cloudified computer-aided tools for SMEs. And as you see, we also will empower technology and provide training and consultancy, connect people, and also facilitate collaboration, but also promote the technologies across Europe for manufacturing SMEs. So here you see the whole overview over the stakeholders. This marketplace concept, it's based on our previous experiences on a community-based marketplace. So we also like to facilitate the exchange of knowledge and expertise, and also showing examples how companies adopt advanced ICT solutions in their company. And therefore, and this is the first time we will publicly show our promotion video for the Mgora marketplace. And please have a look at this. It takes 3.5 minutes. I start now the video. But we can't hear the sound at the moment, I think. Thank you.
4 industrial revolutions shaped our world to today and led to great progress, with every time having its own tools to foster progress and innovation. From mechanization, which provided tools and machines to ease human labor, to mass production, which made everyday products much more affordable for everyone. From automation, which helped rationalize production and made human labor to a large part unnecessary, to the vision of a smart factory in which production facilities and logistic systems are largely self-organizing without human intervention. Innovation became the most crucial competitive factor in a globalized economy today, which makes it sometimes hard for smaller players to keep pace. But what if you found everything you need in one place? Emgora is the tool that makes innovation available for everyone today. The Emgora Digital Marketplace will ease the use of new technologies by providing software services which are available on demand without the need of high upfront investments. This will help companies to optimize their business processes and accelerate innovation by using simulation, artificial intelligence methods, or machine learning. Emgora will allow for full scalability by providing access to various cloud and high-performance computing resources in Europe. For this reason, Emgora guarantees European privacy and security standards and offers flexible payment models which put you in full control over your spendings and usage. This will allow for easy onboarding to new technologies without high risks, and boost innovation in your company. Become a part of the Emgora community, explore new business opportunities when collaborating with like-minded experts, and receive support and training from Emgora specialists when needed. Emgora is your space of opportunities, bringing together software vendors and resellers, software using manufacturers, and business consultants. Emgora builds on the results of a powerful European research and innovation project called Cloudifactoring, which helped to implement 21 use cases, each addressing the needs of a producing company who could achieve significant optimizations using the resulting software solutions. Thanks to Cloudifactoring, the metal forming company Dan, for example, could reduce simulation times for their flow forming process from several weeks to a couple of days and avoid material waste and a time-consuming trial and error method. Emgora is supported by well-known international tech companies and research organizations. Do you want to know more about Emgora? Visit us at www.emgora.eu.
So yes, this was our promotional video. To make it clear, the Emgora Marketplace will be launched during the summertime in a beta version. So it's not, you cannot get on the marketplace right now. We are just working on it, putting last bits together. And if you are interested to have something like a preview on it, please just write an email to me, and then I will put you into the current existing framework of the marketplace to be explored. But just providing a marketplace, it's not quite enough. So as I told you before, this kind of collaborative thinking behind the marketplace is absolutely necessary also for the sustainability of the marketplace itself. And therefore, the marketplace will offer services to DIHs. And at the moment, we are just building up those kind of services with our first 5 involved DIHs. And as you see, we are already rising a huge network in Europe, which will be also covered by the following project, which I will present in a few minutes, by the Digit Brain project. The Emgora Digital Marketplace aims to democratize the access to advanced ICT solutions for manufacturing SMEs, but also expand the network of DIHs and collaborators, as well as become the major service to support DIHs in the collaboration towards the digitalization and Industry 4.0 across Europe. So, and what we are looking for, we are creating a network of DIHs, of SMEs and RTOs in Europe to create an own ecosystem, which will also for sure be part of the I4MS community and will contribute our services for manufacturing and engineering. So we are looking for collaboration with you, and we are also happy to get to give you more information about the upcoming marketplace. If you have interest in it and you want to be part of it directly in the beginning, please contact me, and we will find a way how to integrate your company or your initiative into our marketplace. Thank you for listening. Hello.
Hi.
So maybe I should continue now with the DigiBrain project.
Yes, yes. Yes,
okay.
Please.
Oops. Okay. So another project we are involved in is the DigiBrain project, which is mainly dealing with a digital twin technology, but it's building on the achievements of the Cloudifactoring project, and it will be also a future extension to the upcoming marketplace. The DigiBrain project has some details about it. So it's an innovation action. We do have 36 partners in it, and we started in July 2020, and the project will last until December 23. So we are focusing on the evolution of the concept of the digital twin, expanding it to a smart entity, while it is empowered with analysis and decision support capabilities, allowing the agile adoption and evolution of industrial products. So, and the main challenge is to enable customized industrial products and to facilitate cost-effective and localized production for manufacturing SMEs. And how we would like to do this? We would like to extend the digital twin concept with memorizing capacity to cover the whole product lifetime. And this means that we accelerate the adoption to changing conditions in a factory floor, but also facilitate the flexible manufacturing to strengthen competitiveness, and we will enable personalized manufacturing in an affordable way. So what we are doing now, we are launching 2 open calls, and the first open call is now in preparation. The first open call will start at the end of March and released until the end of June. Our budget here is in total 1.4 million euros, means that it's 100K per experiment. And if we are talking about experiment, we are talking about small consortia. And the individual partner of a small consortia can receive up to 60K. And to get involved in this and to be better informed, we are providing one webinar, which will happen on the 20th of April this year. And and it's already open for registration. So who can apply and how? So the open call is dedicated to SMEs and mid-caps located in the EU or a 2020 associated country, or for example, also the UK. From the following sectors. So we are looking for end users, means manufacturing companies, which are using the digital twin technology in their shop floor, and also independent software vendors, engineering consultants, RTOs, so research organizations, but it could be also high performance computing centers, and for sure digital innovation hubs. The open call documents are available at digibrain.eu when the call is open. At the moment, we do have some preliminary informations for participants. And please have a look at it. And if you have questions already, please refer to this email address, opencall@digibrain.eu. So what experiments are we looking for? So basically, experiments can cover all segments of the entire manufacturing sector. So it means discrete manufacturing, continuous production, or also construction. And as I told you before, we are looking for cross-border teams of manufacturing end users, technology providers, and research organizations, together implementing an individual use case-based digital twin. And the matchmaking, if you not have already a consortia in your mind, please use the DIHs, because they will offer matchmaking services to you. So if you are interested in taking part in our innovation excellence, please contact us or your Digital Innovation Hub. And more information for sure will be presented in our first webinar. So the Digital Innovation Hubs are playing a main role in our DigitBrain project, because they, for sure, they promote the open call in their region, and they also support the mini consortia in the writing of the experiment proposals, and they will also get in contact with the interested parties. So this main thing is a matchmaking service. And they also will make sure that the proposal idea is in line with the project objectives. So, and they also make sure that the experiment is feasible with regards to time, cost, and technology. So the DIHs are just supporting this open call actively and bringing together the mini consortia and help them also to apply in the open call scenario. And here you see the list of the involved DIHs. So we cover at least whole Europe. And yeah, that's it for the moment. Here, I would like to present the DigitBrain Consortia. So we have some very interesting core partners and administrative partners. The whole project is coordinated by P&O. The scientific lead is done by André Stork from the Fraunhofer Institute in Darmstadt. But you see also other famous partners as University of Westminster, Starkey, DFKI, ATOS, and many more here. So please visit our website to be informed. Please register to our newsletter service, which is available on our website. And if you are interested in our open call, please register today also to the first webinar, which is also provided by our website. And thank you for having the chance to present our project to you, and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Andreas. Thank you for sharing all these opportunities. Now I would like to give the floor to David Vidal, Senior Consultant of CARSA, who is going to present you the opportunities for manufacturing SMEs coming from the World project. David, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Krasimira.
No, yes.
Okay, there we are. Let me see. Okay, I managed. Okay, thank you. So as Krasimira has indicated, my name is David Vidal. I'm the project director of DIH World, which is a project under the topic for widening digital innovation hubs. I'm going to briefly present you the project, our activities and objectives, and then some information about the open calls. So the main objective of the project is to be the tool for helping manufacturing SMEs in Europe to take advantage of digital technologies. In order to do this, what we are doing is we work with DIHs. so that we help them to improve their level of services, etc. And with that, we expect that the impact on the local SMEs, the local stakeholders, can be boosted. Okay, so these are some general objectives. Okay, so these are the partners of the project. So CARSA is the leading partner, and then we have other core partners in charge of all the different activities, as we will see right now. And as part of the initial consortium, we already have 27 DIHs from 26 countries. So it's a good number of DIHs from almost all European countries. And we also have as partners 8 SMEs from 6 countries in this case, which are implementing 8 pilot experiments. These are the DIHs involved in the project. So as you see, the European coverage is huge, and it's very important for the project itself as the activities in which DIHs are collaborating, and we collaborate also with those that will be involved in the project via the open calls, is very important for us. Here we see some of the activities that we are doing. As I just briefly mentioned before, the idea is to, via 2 open calls, as you see there, the dates, expected dates. So April this year and April next year, there will be 2 open calls. I will enter into more details afterwards. So the idea is to have or to involve in the project at least 70 DIHs across all Europe, together with 45, more than 50 SMEs who will also be involved via the open calls. These DIHs will participate in several activities, as I mentioned before. So one of these is the DIH World Academy, in which we are providing support and training activities in a wide range of different aspects to DIHs, so from business, dissemination, technical webinars, etc. The DIHs involved will also work with SMEs, not only with those involved via the open calls or the experiments, but also we'll have to do some technology needs assessments of different SMEs. And then we also have some collaboration activities amongst the DIHs involved in the project. Here we are just mentioning the twinning scheme, which is one idea, one activity in which we are going to put together 2 DIHs from different places, considering the geographical location or their business activities or the services they are providing, in order to help them to increase their level of services, to collaborate together, to provide services to other SMEs, etc. So the idea is to increase, as I said before, with this and some other activities that are not included in this slide, which is just a brief summary of the activities of the project. The idea is to help DIHs to develop themselves, to cooperate with others, to work with their stakeholders and with their SMEs. In terms of the pilot experiments, this is relevant because we are using the pilot experiments as well as a pilot for launching the open calls. So for the moment, we are defining the open calls. Okay, the information I'm going to provide you here today is about what we know so far, but of course some details are still being developed. But what we have, or we are focused on on those sectors. The project is focused on those sectors that, well, in theory, are not so digitalized. As you see, the sectors of the pilot experiments there, we are talking about forestry, construction, agro-food, of course, manufacturing. But the idea is that we focused our efforts on sectors that are not so digitalized. Okay, so the SMEs participating are involved in those sectors. Well, there you see the countries, and then the different technologies that they are applying in the pilot experiments. Well, this is really a large number of technologies, but as you see, there are no particular restriction in terms of technologies. So we are more oriented to sectors and maybe to countries. Okay, but what is more important is the sectorial focus of the different experiments. Here we have a brief also summary of the timing for the open call. So the idea is to open the first open call, to launch it in April this year. We have indicated there that we are going to fund or to select 25 experiments. Of course, if we identify more than 25, we are not close to that. So that's not mandatory. That's the numbers there, 25 plus 20 for the second open call, as is something indicative. So if during the first open call we find 30 or 32 or even 35 experiments, then we will find them, because you need to consider that our idea is that, yeah, we are talking about SME-driven experiments. So it's something that is really important for us, that the SMEs are benefiting from these experiments. But since we also want that the DIHs involved can benefit from the project activities, so the more or the earlier we have more number of DIHs involved in the project, we consider it is better, not just for the project, because the project will do its activities in any case, but also for the DIHs participating in the project through the experiments. So at the end, we aim to have 53 experiments in the project by the end of the project. Now we have a couple of slides. So what is, probably I have already said almost all this information, but for the SMEs, the idea, as I said, is that we want to have SME-driven experiments. So the needs of the SMEs, the benefits for the SMEs participating, and how they can take advantage of being involved in these experiments. This is really important for us. The funding is up to 95,000 euros per experiment, and the idea is to have one SME together with one DIH. We could also, but this is being defined. For the moment, we could also select experiments in which two DIHs are collaborating with one SME. If that's needed because the different services provided by the DIHs need to be combined in order to implement the proposed experiment, that is also fine for us. But the main idea is one SME together with one DIH participating as the, you can say, the consortium involved in the open calls. And then for the DIHs, as I said, it's not just the experiment itself, but also the possibility of being involved in the different activities and to collaborate with other DIHs already part of the project, so that we can create a strong network of DIHs and of collaboration. So there, of course, we have all the social media information and our website in which we will update all the information as soon as we have more details on that. So this is everything from my side.
Thank you very much, David. Very interesting presentation and topic. I just wanted to share that Digitech 4.0, coordinated by ICT Cluster, is also among these digital innovation hubs within the network, the World Network. So if any information coming from Bulgarian participants, please let us know for any questions, so we can help you or to coordinate the communication with David. So we can continue with Luisa and Vojext. I'm not sure if I do it correctly. Luisa, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. So today I'm going to present Vojext. I cannot see the presentation here. Should I share with you?
Just a second.
Yes.
Little technical issue again.
Okay, okay. Now it's okay. I can see. Okay, so today I'm going to present the Vojext initiatives for the open calls. And I'm Luisa, I'm from F6S and I'm project manager, and F6S is one of the partners of the consortium, and we are responsible for managing the open calls. So I don't think I can, sorry, okay. So I'm going to explain Vojext a little bit. This is a project that have started last year in July, and it will have a duration of 3 years approximately, and it involves 20 partners from around Europe, and you can see in the picture that we are spread in different countries, and we intend to deploy the developments and the innovation that will be produced in Vojext in 5 pilots that involves the construction sectors, electronic, automotive, plastics, and artisans. So I will explain why Vojext exists, and the main motivation was sourced in the experimentation intention, because we would like to experiment the developments using science-driven industry approaches, and of course support producers and adopters, because especially SMEs and small crafters focus on the cognitive autonomous systems and human-robot interactions. The project is about the developments in the context of the COBOLs that involves some cognitive robotics and human-robot interaction. And of course, guarantee the social and safety and security that are so important for this kind of developments, and it represents a great challenge nowadays. And the collaborative robotics through current and innovative offering of digital innovation hubs. This project is divided in 2 moments in timeline. First, we are in the first year, we are in the design time, that we are developing the concepts and all the framework that will be implemented in the future. And the second moment is the deployment phase, in which all the developments and all the concepts and framework that will be developed here in this first moment will be deployed physically in a real environment. And this initiative, the whole project is supported by the STARTS initiative and the I4MS. So I'm trying to move. So I don't know if I can advance. I'm trying here, but okay. sorry for this.
I will
because
assist you if you want. Just tell me.
Yes.
Just tell me when I need to change the slide and I will assist you, no problem.
Okay, it's better because it's take a long time here for me to move. So based on this framework and these 2 moments in the project, we are organizing the open calls. We will organize 2 open calls. The first one will be focused on engaging tech SMEs in solving proposed technological challenges. And the second one will be focused on the deployment of this of the concepts and all the developments that we have been done in this first year, in these 2 years, because the second open call will be launched next year. So can you, next slide, please? Okay, here are the challenges that we would like to address in this first open calls. It's focused on the cognitive autonomous systems, and they are 5 challenges, and it ranges from the construction robotic toolset, navigation, the visualization of point cloud in the virtual reality headset. It involves to integrate 2-leap motion device to improve users' hand mapping, and investigating a new method, and this specific method is the MegaTract, into the teleo pipeline. So this challenge involves different points in the robotic systems that we would like to involve external partners that will become partners of the consortium, in order to help the consortium to develop different concepts and the framework to deploy the solutions in the future. So next slide, please. So our open call will be launched very soon. In the 1st of March, next Monday. So why you should join Voext? The funding is of up to 100,000 euros per project. It's an equity-free project funding. Who can apply? The target applicants are the SMEs and mid-caps. Highlighting that in this first open call, we are not accepting a consortium of SMEs. So you have to apply, you should apply as a single SMEs or SME or mid-cap. And this open call will be launched next Monday, as I mentioned, and it will be open until the end of April. And the main, it will be a project. So the SME or mid-cap who will be selected will join the project for 9 to 12 months. So it's a longer term project. And you have the opportunity, of course, to transform your business with the new project, because of course the SME will bring to their companies the innovation that is going to be developing the project environment, and expand the business network, because you have the opportunity to have contact with the consortium, because the consortium is composed by different companies, then experts and researchers, and connect with other mid-caps and SMEs around Europe. I kindly invite you to join us in these initiatives, and don't miss out this opportunity. And the next slide, please. And thank you very much. And here we have our website. So if you are interested in applying, go to the Voext website, and we have a tab there, a special session about the open calls that you can find all the instruction to apply. And of course, you can contact us by this email that I can show you here. And follow us on the social media because we are preparing webinars in order to inform you about how to apply in details and all the process that involves not only the application but the evaluation process and of course, if you have some questions about the eligibility criteria, we are open to answer to clarify all these questions. So I invite you to join us, and thank you so much. I think I'm done here.
Thank you very much, Luisa. Thank you. Now we are going for the final presentation for today, coming from Thierry Louvet, who is going to present you the RIMA project, Robotics for Inspection and Maintenance. Thierry, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Krasimira. So good afternoon from my side. First of all, let me thank I4MS and ICT Cluster Bulgaria for this opportunity to present the RIMA project. So my name is Thierry Louvet. I am Europe and International Affairs Director at Systematic Paris region. We are a deep tech cluster based in the Paris region, just outside Paris. First of all, RIMA, the acronym stands for Robotics for Infrastructure Inspection and Maintenance. And as it was mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, RIMA is an example of a so-called Cascade funding EU project, like most of the projects that have been presented so far. And even though we are not part, strictly speaking, of the I4MS initiative, we are part of the, we are what's called a DIH, Digital Innovation Hub related project. I'll just see if I can move the slide myself. If not, Todor, you may have to assist me because I don't think I can actually do it. I don't seem to have the possibility. So if you could move to the next slide for me.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Thanks. Thank you very much. So RIMA, so it's an EU-funded project, started in 2019, will finish next year in 2022. The overall budget for the project is 16 million euros, of which half is dedicated to so-called open call or cascade funding for the benefit of SMEs. As I mentioned, it's a DIH, Digital Innovation Hub type of EU-funded projects. Meaning that this network is there to support and facilitate the uptake of robotics by industry, in this particular case, in inspection and maintenance applied to infrastructure. And the objective for this network is to gather information, relevant information, share practices. And more specifically, the objective of the project is for DIHs involved in RIMA to offer their services. Offer services as part of the open calls, which I will describe in a minute, but also generally speaking, offer the expertise to companies in this industry in terms of technology transfer, in terms of advice, training, entry to market, communication, and generally link with the relevant ecosystem stakeholders and actors in the value chain. Next slide, please, Todor. The network, you can see it here, and with all logos at the bottom of the slide. It's mostly a network of so-called RTOs, research and technology organizations, but also sectorial organizations like Foratom for the nuclear industry, or FERL, which is a network, a European network for road, or also Water Europe for the water industry. You have all the logos there, and it's pretty much spread across Europe. Next slide, please. So as I mentioned, RIMA is about infrastructure inspection and maintenance of infrastructure. By infrastructure, we mean infrastructure in 6 particular domains. You can see them there, ranging from energy to oil and gas, nuclear, transport, water supply and sanitation, and urban and suburban transport routes connected with cities. So it's all the infrastructure in those particular domains which are targeted by the RIMA project. Next slide. So the overall vision is to strengthen, reinforce the European leadership in robotic supply to inspection and maintenance by connecting techno providers, generally speaking, to industry and sectoral needs, and at the same time foster cross-border cooperation through the RIMA network. Next slide. I think we are missing a few. You need to go back a bit more. One more. That's it. So you can jump this one. You can go to the next one, Todo, the one of the open calls. That's it, the open call. So the next, the first open call. So as I said, RIMA is a cascade funding type of European project. We've had already one first open call. If you can go to the next slide, Todor, just to mention, so this first open call, which took place over 2019, 2020, selected already 19 projects. You can see, I think it's interesting to see all the data relating to that. Funding Box, by the way, is a partner in the RIMA project. They were particularly in charge of the organization of the open call. We had over 120 applications, of which 114 were deemed eligible. And at the end of the selection process, which was done by external experts, we had 19 projects funded in the 6 domains which I presented earlier, into 2 categories. That was a characteristic of the first open call, technology transfer experiments type of open calls, and technology demonstrators, which were shorter in terms of time scale and with a lower amount of grant attributed. But we are now in the second open call, and you can move to the next slide. Yeah, second, that's it. So the actual open call started on the 15th of December already. The deadline is very soon. It's on the 17th of March, so there is very little time left if you are thinking of applying. If you can move to the next slide, please, Todor. This open call is a bit different from the first one in the sense that we only have one type of application, which we call Robotics Innovation Experiments, RIE. They can last up to 14 months, and the funding is one lump sum up to 150,000 euros. So there's no longer this distinction between technology transfer experiments and technology demonstrators. The rest remains the same in the sense that you have to, in order to apply to be eligible, you need to be an SME or slightly bigger company from EU member states or associated countries. And the consortium has to be a minimum of 2 independent entities, 2 independent SMEs. And by the way, they can be from the same country. So for instance, 2 Bulgarian companies can apply. They don't have to be from 2 different European countries. And you need to start at a minimum of a TRL 5 in order to be eligible. The next slide. It's a recap of those conditions, the eligibility conditions. And what you have in particular is the link at the bottom there to apply to the open call. So as I said, it's very soon, so you need to really quickly check whether you are eligible and whether you are able to, within limited amount of time, to put together a project and submit it online, which can be done on this URL at the bottom of the slide. And I think I'm pretty much done. Todo, if you can, yes. So these are the social network and websites, in particular the general website of RIMA, where you can find a lot more information, more than what I was able to present to you today. So please check that website. Please check also the Open Call website, and where you find those questions. There's also the possibility to send an email directly to the RIMA network if you have questions. And in fact, today, there's an event, a matchmaking event, starting at 1:30, so in a bit more than an hour's time. So if you are available, you can find the link to register on the RIMA network website if it's still time. And you have my contact details on the last slide if you want to check very briefly whether or not you think you can, if you have an idea for a project and if you are able to develop it and submit it very quickly within the next 2 weeks, then feel free to contact me. Thank you very much for your attention. Hand over back to Krasimira. Thank you, Krasimira.
Thank you very much, Thierry. I hope the companies will use their time to prepare a very good project within the next 2-3 weeks in order to apply under RIMA project. Now I'm opening the session, the Q&A session. If you have any questions to any of the participants, please ask. I would like to answer one of the questions asked within the chat. We are going to share all the presentations, all the recording to the participants together with link and contact information in order to be able to reach the project leader that you are interested to communicate with. And I'm also opening a poll for final questions to you in order to see what are the results. So please, all the floor is yours. Meanwhile, while you are thinking what to ask, I see several questions coming in the chat. One of them is to us. I think we already answered to this. If there is a contact person that a Romanian company can reach Bulgarian discrete manufacturing SME, please, we are here so we can coordinate and connect you with the right partner. Actually, we are very happy to see that there are not only companies from Bulgaria, but also from the region. Yes, please, if anyone have a question, just unmute your microphone or write in the chat.
Hello, good morning. I raised my hand, so can I have a short question?
Of course.
Good morning. I am from Hungary, and I am representing a digital cluster named Inoshkart, and we have organizational experience in Cascade funding opportunities. So that's why I was really I was interested in hearing your presentation. And what I really like here is that you gathered all the, sorry for not having the camera, but I left it at home and I can't switch on my camera. So what I especially liked here is that you put in one event or webinar all different Cascade funding possibilities available for SMEs. And I think this is highly valuable. I will forward the information to our cluster members and to our ecosystem, That's why I came to gather some information. So I also have a concrete question to Mr. I'm sorry, I didn't write down the name, but who was talking about Digit Brain project. And but I think this is also relevant for other projects where digital innovation hubs are not partner in the project, but are somehow participating in the implementation. So my question is, in this case, if a digital innovation hub is not a project partner, how does their involvement have a cost? Or because you mentioned sometimes that the digital innovation hub will help with this, with that, and in this case, does this have a cost for the applicant SME?
Yeah, just to answer the question. So this is Andreas from Cloud SME.
Yes.
So in the Digit Brain project, the digital innovation hubs, which I presented there, they are partners in the project. But there is another role for DIHs. This is as part of the mini consortia through the open code process. And there they are just normal, let's say, mini consortia partners. So they are, let's say, third parties in terms of definition, in terms of the project definition. And but they are also eligible for funding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, does it answer your question?
Maybe not. I'm sorry, but I have a concrete other question. I have already met the Better Factory call, and there I can see that InnoMine, which is the Hungarian Digital Innovation Hub, is within the Better Factory network. If I go to them and ask for their help, will this have a cost for the company or not?
No, this will, I think so. This is, I can't speak for InnoMine itself, but to get information and to get support for applying our open calls, I think InnoMine will do this with their budget, which they receive out of the project. So there will be no cost for the SMEs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The same for Better Factory. So if you need assistance from the partner cluster, you can contact them and they can provide you whatever information you may need in order to be able to distribute that information and have as many applicants as possible directed towards the project.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. I think anyway, I know them, so I will go directly to them. Thank you.
So if I may, sorry, I don't know, your name is, I forgot. But if I may also, I would like to invite you to become I4MS contact point, because for instance, I mean, in the case of ICT Bulgaria, together with Anna, Krasi and Todor, we decided to organize this event because they are part of this network. And we could, of course, also support you in organizing this type of events. You will receive information about I4MS open calls, and you know, we also are going to organize some training activities. So we can also help you there.
Okay, thank you. I think you will have my mail after registration. So, but anyway, you will share all the information, I guess, after the meeting.
Yes.
Okay. It would be very helpful because companies are really looking for this small amount but very valuable funds or granting possibilities.
Thank you for this question. I see in the chat there is a question again to Andreas and Digit Brain. If it's possible, a consortium between SME and research institution apply. I suppose this is also connected with other projects, but it was directed to Andreas, please.
Yeah. So the concept of the mini consortia is at least, so the first requirement is in Digit Brain, and this is sometimes problematic a little bit, is a cross-border requirement. So, but we ensure by the network of our DIHs that they are exchanging their information, and they will provide something like a pan-European matching service. so that, for example, an end user company from Spain is able to connect with a company, with a research organization from Bulgaria, for example. So this is done by the DIHs, and the responsible DIH for Bulgaria is for sure is InnoMine in Hungary. And InnoMine will always help you. Please repeat your question, because I think I've lost it a little bit.
If it's possible, a consortium of SME plus research institution apply together for the open call.
Yes, basically this is possible, but please keep in mind that we are also, every time we need something like an end user of this kind of technology, so of this digital twin technology, which then also participate in the experiment and also in the project. So that's it.
Thank you, Andres.
Okay, thank you.
Another question, if anyone have. Don't be shy, ask. I will read another one from the chat. Maybe there is a little bit easier. If for it's to Anka and better factory, maybe to say a little bit more, if the companies need to go individually or for the call. I think you explained it, but maybe it's needed a little bit more clarification. And if the product innovation is obligatory or the production process innovation is enough? It's the second question again to you.
Okay, thank you, Krasimira. So for Better Factory, I was mentioning that right now we have an open call for individual applicants. That means manufacturing SMEs or mid-caps, artists and tech suppliers can individually apply, submit their application through the open call, and they will go through a pre-selection process in order to constitute a team, a consortia made up of one of each. However, the open call for full proposals, which will be open in May this year, 2021, is for full proposal from consortia that can be either constituted through the matchmaking process that we are going to run through RAMP, or they can be they can have formed outside our process, our matchmaking process, and they can apply directly. The conditions remain the same. They have to be teams made out of one manufacturing SME mid-cap, plus one artist, plus one tech supplier. They have to abide by the eligibility criteria, to be legally registered, to be established in one of the EU countries, EU member states, Horizon 2020 affiliated countries, or the UK. So they will have the guide for applicants available prior and during the call, and they can check there if they are eligible to submit the proposal, even if they haven't gone through the this preliminary stage where they apply individually. Regarding the other question, as I mentioned, the idea is to give a boost to manufacturing SMEs and mid-caps by helping them redesigning their current portfolio and services, and at the same time with the help of tech suppliers, which are going to be part of the consortia, they will be innovating a production process or digitalizing their production processes. So it's important to cater to both of these aspects in order to have an eligible full proposals. I hope this answers the questions. If there's anything else, we are happy to answer to other questions. Thank you, Krasimira.
Well, I have a question. So thank you. So you mentioned about eligibility of the participants. Can you tell a little bit more about eligibility of the artist? Because this is not really clear for me.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. Is there anything else?
Yes, no, the question was about the eligibility of the artists, because the SME part is clear.
Okay, about the artists, I mentioned very briefly in the presentation that they can apply, they can either be individuals or legal constituted entities, and they can the criteria or the most important aspect is that they can demonstrate or prove the existence of a previous portfolio of their work. If they had any collaboration with the industry or factories, or they provided artistic services to third parties, that would be also very relevant. But if you go to our application form on the microsite, I think Maria left a link in the chat, you will see that the application is really basic, and we require basic information about the artist or the other applicants for this matter. And there you will just have to answer a few questions, maybe submit your CV if you are an individual, a LinkedIn profile, and any other information that you think it may be relevant for you to put you in a very good position as a possible partner for an SME with looking to redesign their products. So they have to be based in the EU, member states, Horizon 2020 affiliated countries, or the UK. They can be individuals or legally constituted, and they have to make a short proof, or they have to demonstrate their artistic experience.
Thank you.
No problem. Good luck.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
I was muted.
Yeah, you are muted.
Anyone else? Meanwhile, I want to remind you to follow the link in the chat, and of course to follow I4MS community, where you can see all information regarding the projects. Please go ahead if you have any questions, any of you. Because in the poll, I see that you need a little bit more information. So this is also the time to ask. And of course, after the session, you are welcomed. Okay, let me check in the chat if something is. Okay, so we can close the event. I would like to ask Anna and Maria to say a few words for closing the event. Anna, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Krasimira. Thank you all for your participation. We saw the event was full of information. We saw that there are many ongoing opportunities under Horizon 2020 that could be used by manufacturing companies and technology providers to engage in digital transformation processes, and also to touch with the process of circular economy and green economy. On behalf of ICT Cluster, we are detecting a high regional interest of this kind of events that provide valuable and structured information to the companies and to collaboration opportunities under innovation actions. And we hope that we will have another opportunity together with the I4MS and other providers of digital transformation opportunities to organize in upcoming months. I would like to thank you once again to I4MS and especially to Maria for her help, and also to all speakers for their time and provided useful information and opportunities. For all participants, thank you for your time. I hope you find some information that would be useful for you, and also you have a weekend coming to explore and to think about all you heard today. And on behalf of ICT Cluster team, we are here to help you. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I don't have anything else to add. So thank you all. Thank you for keeping awake the whole webinar. I know how difficult it is to stay at home and try to follow all the presentations. So I really thank you for staying, and nothing else to add. Thank you very much and have a nice weekend.
Thank you very much, Maria. Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you.
Have a
Bye.
nice weekend.
Thank you.